Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. We are going to circle back to the SIG P320 controversy. It just seems like every single time that this issue is just about to go away, something else pops up. Now, what's popping up now is an incident which actually took place several months ago, but it is a unique experience where we actually had an alleged unintentional discharge actually captured on camera. We're going to take a look at the footage today, and then we're going to ask all of you, what the heck do you think is going on here? So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about, here comes another terrible P320 story. Okay, America, we are going to talk about the SIG P320 controversy. Again, it just won't seem to go away. Now, we have tried to stay very particular here at Washington Gun Law and try to keep this issue right down the middle. Do I think personally that there might be something up with this firearm? Well, there's an awful lot of smoke around it to not have any fire associated therewith. But we also have to acknowledge that some of the occurrences that we were relying heavily upon in making our determination about the safety of the P320 have turned out to be quite a different set of circumstances now, haven't they? Well, we're going to actually talk about an unintentional discharge which was captured on camera just outside of San Antonio, Texas earlier this year. Dateline, March 18th, 2025, Charles Searles, who is a security guard for the USAA Insurance company based in San Antonio, Texas, is walking outside of his guard booth when this happens. Now, we're going to show you that video one more time, and then we're going to show you a different angle, but I want you to pay attention to where Mr. Searles' right hand is in relation to that firearm when it discharges. Okay, and then like I say, I want to show you one other angle, which is this angle right here. Now, when I was going back through some of the comments of other people who had seen this video, a lot of people made a big deal out of the right hand being on or near the firearm at the time of the discharge. However, I would hearken back to any time I've seen a police officer standing on the side of the road talking to people, any security guard or anything like that, how frequently we will see them rest their right hand on their sidearm. Should that in any way, shape, or form cause the discharge of a firearm. Now, another security guard of USAA, Matthew Gill, was interviewed by the media regarding this incident. Now, it has turned out that Mr. Gill has since been terminated. He claims he was terminated for speaking out against the P320, but he did mention that when he began working at USAA, he claims that they warned him about the P320 and even referenced an incident which had taken place in September of 2021 in which a USAA security guard had been wounded by his own sidearm. He also claims that there was a similar incident in September of 2024, again involving similar allegations. Now, USAA, a very large insurance company nationwide, predominantly dealing with former military individuals, issued a statement which states the following: "We have no greater priority than the safety of our employees. 2 weapons that were unintentionally discharged were thoroughly assessed by the weapon manufacturer, a forensic lab, and USAA, and no evidence of a mechanical failure was found in either instance." And of course, anytime that SIG has had an opportunity to comment on the integrity of the P320, they have always said that there is absolutely nothing wrong with this firearm and that every single one of these unintentional discharges were in fact user error. They doubled down on that because they too issued a statement in regards to this incident. "The P320 can only fire when the trigger is pulled. We stand behind USAA's findings and will continue to support their mission to keep employees safe." Now again, this incident took place on March 18th of 2025, and there has been all sorts of activity and rumors swirling around the SIG P320. We have been critical of SIG in their initial communications. We have been a little bit more complimentary of SIG because they have in fact softened their communication. What I find most fascinating about this story, though, is that we have USAA, one of the largest insurance companies in the nation, whose job is to assess risk altogether, and they are allowing their security officers to still carry the P320. This despite the fact that several law enforcement agencies and a couple of departments within the United States military have actually pulled these weapons from service. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that those were the right moves to have those weapons pulled from service, but what I am saying once again is that there have been a lot of other law enforcement agencies that have reviewed the SIG P320 and decided that what's in the best interest of their officers is to take these out of circulation. So I ask all of you here, when you go back and you take a look at this video, yes, I recognize that his right hand was either on or near that firearm, but if this is a proper holster, then the trigger would have been completely covered up when that firearm was holstered. And so would it even be possible for his right trigger finger to access the trigger if it was properly holstered? And then I would ask that question of SIG, if the firearm will never, ever, ever fire unless the trigger is pulled, how do you suppose the trigger got pulled in this instance? Okay, America, listen, we'll go ahead and link up the news story that kind of drew our attention back to this incident once again. And I want to hear from all of you once you've had an opportunity to view the video. What do you think is going on here? All right, now listen, if you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, click on that link right there and tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to our monthly newsletter, that link is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, America, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.
Therein lies why we say in the legal defense sector that we are the most value-centered, cost-effective legal defense in the space, and we are. There's no question. Now, again, I've said before, we've got great competitors out there. They have outstanding products. We admire them. They pave the way for us. You know, we analyze the folks out there that are doing the same thing we're doing, and we took some great ideas from them, and we went down a path of believing that we were going to do it with a service aspect, a servant's heart, and we have again. Our number one goal has been to serve others first in a way that the industry hasn't seen.
Right to bear, that's right, legal protection for self-protection. Listen, good lawyers aren't cheap, cheap lawyers aren't good. You're not truly prepared unless you have right to bear back you. You will always get an attorney-answered hotline, so you will always have a confidential phone call. There are no cap limits for either civil or criminal defense. This covers all forms of self-defense. So from a fist to a firearm, from a fat lip to a dead body, you are covered, and you will have some of the nation's most passionate 2A attorneys in your corner fighting for you. And right now, if you visit my friends at protectwithbear.com and you use the promo code WGL, you will receive 10% off. Listen, you need to protect yourself so that you can protect them. Visit my good friends at protectwithbear.com.